What's going on, people? J.O. Smith at 22 here. Today I'm bringing you guys episode 10 of the NFL forecast. Last week I went 8-6, not very good, but the other analysts on ESPN didn't do much better. Tom Jackson still has a huge lead on everybody, but I'm up there. I'm tied for second with Keyshawn. Coach Ditka's pretty far back, 3 games back from me, and Chris Carter is up there as well, doing pretty decent. Now, I have a domination on bootleg for you guys, some Modern Warfare 3, of course. I'm using the CM901 for this game as well with red dot, and I believe I had kick on it. My perks are Sleight of Hand Pro, Hardline, and Steady Aim. Now, first, before I get into my picks, I want to say Happy Veterans Day to all you guys, active duty and veterans out there. Thank you guys for your service. I served as well, and I know, a simple thank you goes a long way for a veteran / active duty member. So get out there and thank your servicemen guys and appreciate all that they do for you. Now, before I get into my picks, you guys will notice that there was a game last night. The Oakland Raiders played the San Diego Chargers, and I made my pick for that game on the video that I put up on Wednesday. And if you guys didn't see that video, I did pick the Chargers. I'm not going to say that I picked the Raiders, but because they won, I did pick the Chargers. I went against my team, and of course they go out there and win. So I am 0 for 1 starting this week out, but I'm absolutely what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I'm just really happy that the Raiders won that game last night. They looked really good. Proud of their performance. So I'm happy going 0 for 1 so far. And let's go ahead and get into the rest of the picks for this week. If I can pull the schedule up. And here we go. Alright, first game I have is the Arizona Cardinals at the Philadelphia Eagles. I will take the Eagles for this game. Cardinals, not looking too good. They barely beat the Rams last week. They're not going to come into Philadelphia and win. Actually, they could, but I don't see them doing it. I think Philadelphia bounces back and gets a win here. They need to, that's for sure. Next game, Washington Redskins at the Miami Dolphins. Do the Dolphins get a win here? A second win in a row? I think they do. I think the Dolphins win this game at home versus the Redskins. Jacksonville Jaguars at the Indianapolis Colts. I have to watch this game, guys. Come on, man. Jesus. This is going to be a horrible game. Horrible game. I think the Jaguars come into Indianapolis and steal that game. I really do. I don't think the Colts win a game this season. Unless Peyton Manning comes back. It's just, they look absolutely horrible. Next game, Denver Broncos at the Kansas City Chiefs. Unfortunately, the Broncos ran all over the Raiders last week. They went in college style, and Tebow ran all over him. McGahee had one of his best games. And I just don't understand. Well, the Raiders play man-to-man defense. I get that. But you know you're playing against a running quarterback. Put a spy in there. Always, every single play, you need to have a spy. Some guy just watching Tebow. They didn't do that. He ran for over 100 yards. I think he ran for more than he passed, actually. So that sucked last week. I think Kansas City realizes what their game plan is going to be. Kansas City needs to bounce back from a loss last week. They got absolutely murdered by the Dolphins. Kansas City wins this game. They'll be tied for first. Well, actually, they'll have the lead over the Raiders since they beat them already this year. But I do think Kansas City wins this game. If they lose to the Broncos, there's going to be a 3-way tie for second, and the Raiders will be 1 game ahead for first. So it's whatever for that game, but I do think the Chiefs win that one. Next game, Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cincinnati Bengals. This is the Cincinnati Bengals, really their first test of the season, I believe. They might have played somebody decent earlier that I'm forgetting about, but they play the Steelers twice and the Ravens twice coming up. So all you Bengals fans, you expect some losses. I think the Steelers do come in and beat the Bengals, after getting beat in the last seconds versus the Ravens, which I did pick last week correctly. Most people picked the Steelers for that game. I picked the Ravens. Just throwing it out there. Next game, Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bill. I'm sorry about that. Next game, Bills at the Cowboys. Ooh, this is gonna be a pretty good game. I'm taking the Bills on the road for this game. Cowboys. I still can't figure out the Cow. I don't think anybody can figure out the Cowboys. Miles Austin got hurt, so when I pull out my fantasy sleeper, that might have something to do with who I pick. But I do think the Bills will go into Dallas and win that game. Next game, which should be a pretty good one. I think I get this game on TV too. New Orleans Saints at the Atlanta Falcons. That's going to be a good one. Not going to lie. I think the Falcons have a good shot to win that one at home. But I picked the Saints in the Super Bowl. I think this is a good road test for them. I think they do need to go in and win this game, divisional game as well. I think the Saints pull this one out on the road. Next game, St. Louis Rams at the Cleveland Browns. Holy shit, this game is horrible. I'm gonna go. Wow. I'm gonna go with the Browns simply just because they're at home. When it's two shitty teams like this, I'm just gonna take the home team more than likely every time. So I'll take the Browns at home. I don't think the Rams will win that one on the road. Even I don't know. That's probably gonna be like a 9-6 game or something. It's just gonna be absolutely garbage. Thankfully, I don't have to watch it. Next game, Houston Texans at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is the other game I have to watch. I'd rather watch the Falcons game, but this is gonna be the game that's on TV since I'm closer to Tampa. I'm gonna take the Texans on the road to beat the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are not impressive at all to me. They get a couple decent wins and they look horrible the next week, so they're kind of hard to figure out as well. I think the Texans win this game on the road, even without Andre Johnson. I don't know if he's back or not, but even without him, I think they win that game. Next game is the Tennessee Titans at the Carolina Panthers. This will probably be a really competitive game. I'm going to take the Panthers at home to win this one. Titans are still in it. Like, they can still compete for that divisional title in the AFC South if they want to. But I think the Panthers win this game at home. As much as I hate cocky-ass Cam Newton, I think he gets that win. Next game is the Baltimore Ravens at the Seattle Seahawks. I think the Ravens go into Seattle and win this game. However, they have a habit of coming off of big games and just completely sucking. So Seattle can definitely win that game. However, I don't see it. I think the Ravens win that one. Next game, good one. Detroit Lions at the Chicago Bears. I think the Bears get some payback this game, not going to lie. Most people are going to pick the Lions on this one. I do pick the Bears at home. I do pick the Bears. They just came off a big win versus Philadelphia last Monday night. And I think they get another win here and even up the series for this year. They already lost. They lost big time at Detroit earlier this year. I think they win this one at home versus the Lions. Next game, New York Giants at the San Francisco 49ers. This is going to be a good game. I'm going to take the Giants on the road for this game. A lot of people are going to pick the 49ers. 49ers are what, 7-1 now? Is that right? 8-1? I think they're, I don't know, 7-1 or 8-1 they are. I think 7-1. I do think the Giants will come in there and win this game. That's kind of like a, not many people would see that as kind of like an underdog pick, but I guess it kind of is. So, whatever, I'm rolling with the Giants on that one. Next game, Sunday night game. New England Patriots versus the New York Jets. I hate Mark Sanchez. I don't hate him. I just think he's definitely overrated. You know, he has some good games, but he also sucks some games, so it's whatever. Tom Brady, they lost 2 games in a row now? I don't think they lose 3 in a row. I think that New England Patriots go in there and beat the Jets on the road. Monday night game, Minnesota Vikings at the Green Bay Packers. Vikings looking better past couple weeks with Christian Ponder in there. I just don't see them going on the road and beating Green Bay, even though they were very competitive at home when they played Green Bay. I don't see them going on the road Monday night into Lambeau Field and beating them with their rookie quarterback. I don't see that happening. It could, but I don't see that happening. So I think Green Bay stays undefeated and wins that game versus the Vikings. But I do need a big game from Adrian Peterson. All right, in Fantasy Sleeper this week, I picked Michael Bush last week. He did very well, and he also did very, very well this week. Thankfully, I had him starting in my lineup for fantasy. I'm going to go with the wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys here. I'm going to go with Laurent Robinson. He is in for the injured Miles Austin, and he did pretty well even with Miles Austin in there. I think he's going to do even better with Miles Austin out of the lineup. He's going to get more looks and possibly a touchdown or 2. So my fantasy sleeper for this week is going to be Laurent Robinson, and a game that should be pretty high scoring. So if you guys are looking for a wide receiver to pick up, you guys kind of hurting, look for Laurent Robinson. And that has been it for this week's episode of the NFL Forecast. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay and everything. We'll be getting a lot more Modern Warfare 3 footage up for you guys. And y'all take it easy. And once again, go out and thank the veterans out there doing hard work for you guys. And I appreciate you guys watching. Take it easy. Later.